Hello. I miss you. Today I went to Costco. We got there 15 minutes before it technically was open, but they were letting people in. Do you want to know what I bought? Broccoli. Also hummus. I also had paper towels. We needed paper towels. I also bought these garden gloves. $7.99 I think was the price. This week it is gonna be Gildersnatch in about 1 week. Gildersnatch is a holiday I made up as a child. Every year during spring, right at the height of spring, there's one horrible week where it rains for the whole entire week. The whole week. And you think it's unfair. And you think it's never happened before that it's rained that much. And you think, oh God, winter was horrible. Why do I have to endure this rain? And it lasts about 1 week. And then at the end of that week, there's one day that's super sunny and beautiful and warm. And that day is Gildersnatch. Does it feel like I'm sitting next to a huge ice cream? That's how it feels to me too. It's not appropriate. It's not appropriate for you. But yesterday was April Showers Day, and it did rain a little. Tomorrow, also not really appropriate for you. National Teach Your Children to Save Day, and sounds like money. Saturday's World Penguin Day. So why don't we all just hold out for World Penguin Day? I'm a 7. I miss you. I feel like things are just fine. Experiencing a lot of gratitude. I have a bunch of spring footage for you from walks I've taken. So I'm just gonna play these.
Development is tulips. Tulip City, man. I'm always looking forward to this time of year where there's 100 trillion tulips. On our walks, we've been looking at this tree, waiting for it to bloom. It's a tulip tree, and it's really happening now. It's magnificent. It's really nothing more beautiful in the whole world. Babies, look at them. These are magical. First, we got these good purple flowers. And then look at this guy. Hi. Hiya. Hi. Good job. Here's some deer in the forest. There's one. Deer. Hi. You're my best friend now.
Yesterday, this was not open, and today it is. It's really exciting. I love that things just grow. This orchid is 3 years old. A student gave it to me a long time ago. Look out there, the chickens. Well, you really only can see one, but someday it's gonna be all green and things you can eat. Luke and I have been going to the forest preserves pretty much every weekend, and every weekend we see new birds and wild growing things. Luke picked a bunch of ramps, or like wild white leeks that were growing in the woods, washed them off and made them into pancakes, like yummy pancakes that you could dip in soy sauce. You guys see the new drawing in my room? Isn't this good? This is Linda Berry. I can't believe that Brian can draw like this. We traded drawings and they chose to draw this. I think it's all ballpoint pen. Isn't that insane? My Linda Berry tattoo, in case you forgot I had that. Your writing assignment for today is to answer whatever question I draw out of this glitter box. Or, if you're a fiction writer, to answer the question for a character that you are working on. What would you hope to find in a treasure chest? You'd think I would have thought of the answers to these. Besides just treasure, I feel like really old comic books. Like from the beginning of comics. What's a weird dream you had? I keep a dream journal. It was the world of Star Trek. There were all these creatures who were in the apocalypse. I was young. There were animals, the earth froze and came back to life. I also dreamed James wrote me a really long email about why I should be with Kyle. Do you guys remember your dreams, or / do you remember any dreams you had when you were really little? I remember my first bad dream was about Winnie the Pooh being kidnapped by a robber. Let's look at my bird stamps. This one is a chickadee. Chickadee will eat out of your hand if you hold your hand to him. And he's the one who, if you're on a walk, you'll hear him. He's going, yep. Listen for that. He sounds like that. He's Luke's favorite bird. We have birds on a wire. I have this tattooed on me, something like this. I've never used this stamp, I don't think. I've had this forever. I collect nests. A smaller chickadee. Clearly I have a chickadee bias. Owl! Owl. He looks wise. Is he upside down? It's hard to know. I think this is, it looks like a crane. This is sort of a generic bird in some leaves. This one's the same kind of generic bird, old fashioned. Like a seagull or an osprey? I'm gonna say osprey. That looks like maybe a mockingbird. This was an early stamp I bought. Spent $7. I just thought it would be useful to have just a silhouette. And I was right, I used this a lot. Goose. Ostrich head. This is hard to fit on the stamp pad. Guy. It says his name, Chaffinch. I've never heard of that. Another nest. This one is empty. It's an empty nest. I think it's a sparrow, and I think that he is looking very stoic. Pelican. National bird of Louisiana. I think the national bird of Illinois is a cardinal. There's a bird. Here's a bird. And there is a bird in it. Not a bird. That was enough unusual birds for today. Come to mother. Come on, Foot. Come on, Foot. Come on. Foot.
Good job.